So let us go ahead and code this once again. Get onto your compilers. As usual, I'll be using VS Codes. So this time we are going to use a few more libraries. First of all, the evergreen one, IOStream. Then we'll also use a new one, that is Conio.h, and okay, just a second. It's highly zoom now. I hope you all can see. Okay, so let's continue. We have Conio, and then we have CST LIB, CSTD LIB actually. Yeah, CSTD LIB, and we'll also use a variable define max 10. So this means that there is a variable max which is a global variable and its value is 10. Okay, so again using namespace std, okay, we have our coding or our header files have all been included now. Now remember that max is 10, hence our hash bucket will be of size 10. So whatever the hash function that we use shall also be of so hash function, in that hash function we'll be using linear probing, so we'll directly just take the percentage. So at that time we'll be dividing it by, or taking the remainder when divided by 10. Okay, so let us go ahead with writing the structure of our node. So struct node, and in this we'll have just two things. One is data, and then we have a pointer, struct node pointer next. Okay, and this time we'll not be initializing, we'll be initializing our node when we'll be inserting the element. Okay, so let us declare two global pointers. Struct one is head of size max, okay, this bracket max is equal to null. So this means that there is a pointer head of size. So there are 10 pointers of head which are all equal to null right now. So it will be changed later on. Okay, and another pointer c. Okay. So we have two pointers, head of max and uh, pointer c. Okay, so let us now create void insert. There seems to be some error because we are having, yeah, it should be struct node, not just struct. Yeah, okay. So now let us insert an element. The first thing that we'll be doing is to first of all take the input. So let us see int I key and element. These are the three variables that we'll be taking or we'll be using in inserting the elements. So let us just print that backslash n, enter the element. Okay, semicolon, then let us have cin. So whatever the value we get should be equal to the element, or we are just asking the input as element, so we'll save it in element. Okay, now the hash key or a hash uh, function I is equal to element percentage 10 or element percentage max. Because this time we have defined max as 10, we can either directly use 10 here, but the thing is, suppose later on if you want to modify the code for 5 or 6 or 7 bucket size, then you will have to again and again change it everywhere. So instead we'll just directly use the max variable here to find the hash key. Then let us create another local node pointer. This time we'll be calling it new node. is equal to new node. Now remember, new node is a variable while new space node is the function, or it is the call that we are calling, so that new node is now a node. It is inheriting the structure of a node. So for this new node, we'll have new node's data shall be equal to element, and new nodes next shall be equal to null. So this is just initializing that earlier in queues and trees we used to do while describing the node structure itself, but this time we'll be doing it in our insert function. Now to check whether the head or the place where this I is, then is that I place empty. So if is head of I empty, so for that let us write a condition. If head of I is equal to null, okay, if yes, then simply we'll write head of I is equal to new node. So now remember, head of I is a pointer. So you can say that head is a array of pointers such that every pointer such that there are max number of pointers. That means 10 number of pointers in this case, and all are initialized were with null here when we were declaring them. But now if the ith pointer, that means the pointer corresponding to the hash key value, if it is null, then we'll directly assign that pointer to this new node that we have created just now. Otherwise, if that head or that place is already filled up, what shall we do? In that case, we shall have c is equal to head of I. So c was our another pointer that we had declared here as a global pointer. So we'll assign c is equal to head of I, and then now in one case, once again I'll take you back to the PPT. In one case, it is whether there is just one element. So in that case, head of I is next will be automatically assigned. But if there are more than if you do not know what are the number of extensions that there are corresponding to any hash key, what will you do? So for that, once again we shall run an infinite loop that says while c is not equal to null. Okay, so while c is not equal to null, we go c is equal to c is next. Okay, so this while loop will make sure that c points to an empty location. Okay, if there is something or if there is some data in our hash table, then c will iterate until we find a null. So the last element that you will access will be pointed by c after exiting this loop, because once we'll iterate if c is equal to c is next. Now if c is null, then we will not any further iterate, we'll move on. So for that we can say that c is next, because c is the last c is the pointer which is pointing the last node which had some element. So c is next is the new place where we need to be adding this new node. So we'll have c is next is equal to new node. So the pointer that is next to c will be pointing at this new node, and hence we'll have our insertion function complete. Okay, now in hash tables, insertion and searching are the two important things that we have to do. Now searching is also a similar searching is actually quite similar, the code is quite similar to insertion. So while our main motive is to make a hash table, it is not to search in hash tables. So we'll ignore that search function for now, and we'll directly try to display the values that are input in our hash functions. So once again, let us define a variable int I, and for I is equal to 0, I is less than max, and I plus plus. So we are iterating I from 0 to max. So we are covering all the elements in the hash table such that, and then cout backslash n, and this is just to make our output look clean, and if head of I is equal to null, that means if there is nothing in the hash table corresponding to our I, or if the hash function is I and there is no value in that corresponding in that for corresponding to that key in the hash table, then we just continue. So we have no issues. Okay, there is no value, so we'll just continue. Else what we shall do is, first of all, we'll start with C as head of I. So we'll start with the first element that is present in that hash key. Then we'll keep on iterating until C is not equal to null. So that's what we'll write here. While C is, or till C is not equal to null, C is equal to C is next. The same thing that we did here in the while loop. So in this for loop, let us just keep on printing the value of C's data, and we shall have a few spaces. This time we'll have a few spaces, we'll not have just one space. Okay, and that's it. We have our display function also ready. So let us now move on to our driver code, and this time we will be making it a little bit user centric, as to what I had been suggesting to you since I started the stack code. So let us move on. So int main, we have int ch, a choice basically, and an infinite loop is what we would want to run. So while 1 is greater than 0, so that makes an infinite loop, because every time 1 is going to be greater than 0, no matter how many iterations you do. Okay, so for every time we'll say enter, you know, cout, enter your choice backslash n. Number first choice is to insert an element backslash n. Second choice is to display our hash table, and the third choice is to exit. So right now we are in an infinite loop, so if you do not exit, it will keep on running. Okay, so we have put in our choices. So we now take the choice that the user is trying to give, and we'll use now switch case. I hope switch case is something that you all know, otherwise it's just an if else conditions that have been modified so that the syntax is a little bit smaller. So case 1, that means when the input or the ch, because in brackets we have ch, so when ch is equal to 1, we'll simply call insert and then we'll break. So now always remember, in switch case this break is very important, otherwise all the cases will run if you do not use this break function. Okay, then we have in the second choice we have display, again break, and then in the case third we have display, sorry, no, we have this time exit of 0. So exit of 0 means makes it sure that without any further iterations the loop gets exited. Now a default value should be added. That means suppose you are adding anything other than 1, 2 or 3, a message should come. So that message shall be enter a valid choice. Okay, so with this we have also made our driver code. So let's try and run it. Okay, so Yeah, I'll once again run it. Okay, now I'll just zoom out it a bit so that it will be more clearer when we run our code. Okay. So let us try first. Let us try exit. Is it exiting? Yes, it just got exited. Okay, and enter your choice. So here also we shall add a backslash, and otherwise we'll not be able to see what choice we have made. So here is the issue that C's next should not be equal to null. While I was just testing for C's next is equal to null, if C of next is not equal to null, that I was explaining, if C's next is null, then we stop there. So at that point of time only, we'll have that C is pointing to the last node that has some data. So let us now once again try running it. Might as well show an issue this time, but let us see. No, this time we successfully inserted, and okay, didn't have to exit it once again. And let us insert another element, 11, and display. Yeah, so this time, as you can see, there is this 11 that has come after 1. It is in the same level as 1. Now if I add some more cout, instead of this space, if I add this, so this shows okay. Okay, let us run. So insert 1, and then let's insert directly 11 and display. So as you can see, 1 has created a node, or 1 is the node whose next is 11, and 11 is pointing at null. So here we do not have any value. If we insert further, if we insert 2, and again if we try to display, so 2 will also create a node, and this next pointer will be pointing at null. So let us fill our hash table for this time. I had not entered 0, so the first element will be empty, that is element above 1 will be empty. So let us enter element 0, then let us enter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and also let's enter 10. Okay, now let us display our hash table. So this is how our hash table looks. So we have, before this enter choice, I'll also add a backslash n, so that where was this enter choice? It was in driver code. Yeah, so before this, let us add a backslash n. So this one that you are getting, you will not get this. You'll just get this much of the table. I'll also once again run the input, but before that, so as you can see, there are several nodes that have been created, and they all have a next pointer. Now the nodes where it's just empty, they uh, it is not pointing to anything, it is just pointing to null. So now if I once again add any value, if I add, let's say 20, and then try to display, so now we have this 20 new in our hash table, and this 20 is now pointing to null. So that is how we had desired our code to work, and is perfectly working how it was meant to be. So this is how, now I'll just exit this. So yeah, we have exited it successfully as well. So this is how hashing works, and this representation of hashing uh, is actually uh, so as you can see, this is just a printing. So if you want to search any element, you will have to go across the same process that we have used in insertion. So this is all about hashing, and let's see, that's it. Yeah, so that's it about hashing. So any issues or questions regarding hashing? If no, just type in no, please. we'll move on with searching algorithms. The display code. Okay, so this is our display code right here.